Okay, one of the things we need to talk about now is the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is considered to be the highway of the cell. And so if you notice in the picture, here is your nucleus. The nuclear pores are these little brown circles, and connected to the nuclear pore is going to be this network of membranes. It kind of looks like a maze or a ribbon that you put up on its side. And this is the endoplasmic reticulum. There are areas on the endoplasmic reticulum that has ribosomes, and then there's areas on the endoplasmic reticulum that does not have ribosomes. The inside, this brown area, the inside is called the lumen. Lumen means light. And so what's going to happen is the ribosomes that are on this endoplasmic reticulum are going to be involved in putting those proteins together. They're going to connect the amino acids with the peptide bonds so that whatever particular protein it needs can be assembled. Now, the endoplasmic reticulum actually has two parts to it and two jobs. This is what it looks like, this huge network. You're always going to see the endoplasmic reticulum around the nucleus, and it takes up a huge portion of the cell because its job is to take all of this information in the form of recipes, like, it's got to make these proteins. If, this were a cell in your adrenal gland, all these proteins being pulled together would be adrenaline, and they have to be made. So the assemblage of that particular hormone has got to be uh, made somewhere, and the recipe or the code for that protein is on the DNA. But remember, the DNA can't leave the nucleus, so the DNA is going to have a runner or a working copy of itself. It makes a copy, and it just copies that particular code or recipe for that hormone, and it gives it to a piece of RNA, and then the RNA is going to leave out through a nuclear pore, and it is going to head to the ribosome. Now, the ribosome is going to pull the proteins together. However, there also is a portion of the endoplasmic reticulum that is not pulling or making proteins, but it's actually making lipids. If you figure the DNA has got the code for everything that needs to be made, and sometimes our cell membrane will sustain damage. Your phospholipid membrane may be damaged, or you may need testosterone or estrogen, which is actually a lipid, or maybe your body needs to make a certain type of steroid that is also a lipid. Well, those lipids are also made on the endoplasmic reticulum, but they're made in an area that does not contain ribosomes. So the ribosomes are strictly made to assemble proteins and join them with the peptide bonds. Then there is another portion of the endoplasmic reticulum that does not have ribosomes on it, and that area is concerned with the making of lipids, your phospholipids, your hormones that are lipids, the steroids, the waxes, all of those have to be made. Your body has to make everything. So there's going to be certain areas involved in making proteins and certain areas of this endoplasmic reticulum that is involved in making lipids.